Do you ever wish you could have a life do-over, similar to a makeover or a house renovation? A chance to try something again with a different result? Try Again with Monique is a place where I will give you my take and also hear from you regarding the questions and challenges we all face in life. You will either be inspired to try life again, over and over again, or make some really good lemonade from those sour lemons. Either way, I got you. If at first you don't succeed, try again with Monique. Last week, I talked about goodness and how it can enhance our lives and the lives of others. Please go back and listen to episode 33 if you haven't already done so. I promise you, it will be worth your time. Today, I want to talk about kindness. Kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Kindness and goodness, which I talked about last week, are very closely related. As a matter of fact, kindness is a synonym of goodness. One might call them cousins. They both require selflessness and consideration of others. A marker of kindness is when you render assistance or concern for others without expecting praise or a reward in return. There's a quote that says, "He who receives kindness should never forget it, but he who performs it should never remember it." There's a popular term today called random acts of kindness, which are unexpected acts of charity or helpfulness that are often done, for a stranger. Some examples of these random acts of kindness are giving a stranger a compliment, babysitting for free, holding the elevator for someone, paying for someone's coffee, participating in a fundraiser, donating to a cause, helping the less fortunate, mowing your neighbor's lawn or shoveling their driveway when it snows, leaving your waiter a generous tip, sending an encouraging email, text, or private social media message, or even a card through the mail. These examples mentioned illustrate that everyone, regardless of gender, race, creed, social, or financial status, can be kind and can show that kindness to others in practical and tangible ways. Now, while random acts of kindness are great, kindness should really be a lifestyle. We should practice it every day by looking for opportunities to show kindness to others. It should be intentional, it should be deliberate, and it should be consistent. There's a quote that says, "We should leave footprints of kindness wherever we go." There's another quote that says, "Throw kindness around like confetti." I love that visual. Now, there are three main features of kindness. They are, first, kindness doesn't have to cost anything. It can be a smile, it can be a hug, it can be a word of encouragement, volunteering your time, lending an ear, or any number of gestures that aren't associated with money. Someone said that kindness is a gift that everyone can afford to give. Plato describes kindness as more than deeds. He says it's an attitude, it's an expression, it's a look, it's a touch, it's anything that lifts another person. There's another quote that kindness is doing what you can, where you are, with what you have. A second feature of kindness is it stems from a loving heart. It's really hard to do something nice for people if your heart is full of hatred, bitterness, jealousy, resentment, and, so on. You have to really make sure that your heart is clear of any of that kind of junk that really could prevent you from having compassion and empathy for people. People on the receiving end of your act of kindness will likely be able to tell if you're doing something out of obligation or expectation and not a genuine expression of your loving heart. A gift is so much more meaningful when you know the giver wanted to give it or is happy to do so. There's a quote, "Kindness is love in action." And Mother Teresa says that we should spread love everywhere we go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. Now, a third feature of kindness is it crosses barriers of language, culture, religion, race, and distance. There's a quote that says, "Kindness is a language all hearts understand." Kindness is also a fruit of the Spirit, which is one of 9 qualities that should be evident in the lives of followers of Jesus Christ. There's a biblical story about a man who was walking and he was robbed, beaten, and left on the road afterwards. The hurting man was ignored by at least 2 men passing by, and then a third man called a Samaritan stopped to help him because he had compassion for him. Now, in reference to this story, Jesus asked a question, and it is, which of the three men do you think proved to be a neighbor to the man who fell among the robbers? The answer is the Samaritan who had compassion and who offered help. Now, the Bible also speaks of Jesus looking at a crowd, having compassion for the people in it, and then healing them of all of their physical ailments. And the point of these examples is kindness shouldn't just be a thought or something we feel in our hearts. It requires that you do something. It has to be seen, it has to be felt, it has to be heard, and it has to be experienced by others. Otherwise, it's just a good idea that is never realized and that doesn't help anyone. Compassion for someone or something should spark movement. It should require action for you to do something. There's a scripture some call the golden rule that tells us to treat others the way you would want to be treated. Oftentimes, our society purports that you treat others according to how they act towards you. But kindness is not based on the attitudes or actions of others. It's based on you doing your part to help or reach out to others in need in real and tangible ways. You should practice kindness because you never know what people are going through or the impact of an act of kindness, great or small, on others. There's a quote, if speaking kindly to plants can help them grow, just imagine what speaking kindly to humans can do. Never underestimate the power of an act of kindness. Yet another quote, through the kindness we bestow on others, and through the kindness others bestow upon us, we help keep each other afloat in the stormy seas of life. Another quote, your simple act of kindness can be someone else's miracle. And finally, I leave you with two more quotes. Be good to people. You will be remembered more for your kindness than any level of success you could possibly attain. And finally, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Bye for now. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Try Again with Monique. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to leave a review wherever you are listening. Please also remember to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when new episodes are available. New episodes will be posted weekly. Please also like and follow us on Facebook. Try Again with Monique is a production of GM Associates, released under Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. Remember, if at first you don't succeed, try again with Monique.